Grew up in San Francisco, magical place. Our first house was on 31st Street, which meant we were 31 blocks and change from the Pacific Ocean. It was foggy every morning, clear or overcast, and 60-degree every afternoon. And the fog rolled back in on the dot at 5 p.m. The fog was moody and lovely and taught me to love inclement weather. That's why Los Angeles and I never got along. It's sunny all the time. I am the Jewish son of Russian-Hungarian parents. I can't have sunny all the time. Maternal grandparents, Yossel and Gertrude Salzberg, lived nearby, and my grandmother would sometimes babysit for me when my parents were away. She would bring her homemade pickles, dill, half sour, garlic. She brought matzah and gefilte fish and herring. One time she brought this wonderful cocoa. She put a pot of milk on the stove, spooned in the cocoa and little sugar, and stirred and stirred and stirred. When it was ready, she handed me a mug of it. Bliss. Same week, she brought me a gift, a red bow tie. To this day, I have absolutely no idea why. It was big and shiny, and I loved it. Parents used to take me out to dinner with them. We'd all get dressed up, me in my charcoal suit, white shirt, and that big, beautiful red bow tie. We would eat at Joe's of Westlake and order the legendary Joe's special: scrambled eggs, ground meat, and spinach. But before we ate, my parents liked to have a drink at bar in the lounge. I wasn't allowed to sit at the bar, so I would sit at a table by myself near the piano player, sipping my Shirley Temple. I loved to watch people, study their mannerism and their jerches. It was a good word as reading a book, a dark book with piano music and cigarette smoke. My parents couldn't get over the fact that I never complained that we didn't eat until 9 p.m. Would come up to me and say, "Hello, little boy, what a beautiful bow tie." And get this, they would give me money. Not pennies, not quarters, not $half. They gave me dollar bills. Some sat down to talk to me and tell me their stories. I became used to the smell of alcohol on their breath. One doctor sat down with me and told me about a patient he had lost that day. He had a martini with 2 olives in his hand and tears in his eyes. I couldn't get over all the attention, the stories, the sharing. I knew it wasn't because of me. It was because of it. The bow tie had magical power. This red glittery thing made me feel confident and wise. I felt connected. I felt powerful. I felt helpful. I felt safe. I took that feeling with me when I walked to school or around my neighbourhood. I felt it when my mum got me a new pair of Keds, and I would run around the neighbourhood feeling like I was the fastest creature on earth. I remember thinking, this is the fastest I will ever be. Ever. I even woke my parents up early one morning to tell them just. They were unimpressed. I used to go to the soapbox derby races with my brother and my father every weekend. They were held outside the Harding Park golf course, not far from our house. My brother and dad and I would watch the kids get in their go-karts at the top of the hill, and I was able to tell which one would win just by how the driver sat in the car. During each and every race, I would guess the winner, and I got it right every time. People started to place bets based on my guesses. Which one, son? People were making money on my say-so, including my dad and brother. I was invincible. One night, when I was about 8 years old, I was getting dressed in my little suit to go to Joe's of Westlake, and I couldn't find my red bow tie. I searched, but no red bow tie. I went to my mother to see if she knew where it was. "And Jeffrey, we're late." "I can't find my red bow tie." "What red bow tie?" "My red bow tie, the one Grandma gave me." "Grandma never gave you. I wear a red bow tie." There is no red bow tie. You've never had a red bow tie. I was speechless. I have a small blue bow tie, she said. That's the only one you have. Go put it on, and hurry. To my room and got the little blue bow tie, and we went to Joe's. I sat with my Shirley Temple near the piano player as usual, but nobody talked to me. No one approached. Nobody gave me money. Nobody sat down and told me their story. Even the piano player was silent. I began to feel an unfamiliar sensation in the middle of my chest. Fear. My connection to the world was gone. My red bow tie was gone. Not only gone, it may have never existed. Now, when we went to the soapbox derby, I was clueless about who would win, and when I walked around the neighbourhood, I was afraid. I spent the rest of my life looking for the red bow tie, trying to connect to that feeling it gave me, that access, that magic. I sometimes struggle to find it, and on occasion I do, and in the most unexpected place. On stage, on a set, in a grocery store, behind the wheel of a car in a strange town, in a book, as a sidekick, as twin brothers, and, to no one's surprise more than mine, as a woman.